Hey Mahers, I wanted to shoot a little video about something that we've learned through Perry Marshall's 80/20 and Digital Marketers Traffic and Conversion Conference, and how they stress the importance of one, effective campaigning, but also having your products and programs and everything you have to offer, one, to have multiple things, and then be set up like a professional sports team, meaning that when they come to the stadium, you have $15 parking and they have $7 beers, and they're selling T-shirts and apparel, and they have $50 seats way up here and $10,000 club box seats. And the assumption is the 80/20 rule, which is 20% of your people are going to take you up on the next door through effective campaigning. Obviously, value proposition, completely worth it. But if you have 10,000 people walk through the free door, 20% of those will walk through your tripwire, and that's what we're going to go over here real quick. So they do this model based off the assumption of 10,000. So 10,000 opt-ins to your lead magnet. So the price point here is free. And on Facebook, if you have a really, really, really good lead magnet and a converting opt-in page, your opt-ins cost anywhere from $1 to $1.40 if you're doing it right. So your 10,000 opt-ins will cost anywhere from $10,000 to $14,000. The next level is what they call the tripwire. What the tripwire is a really low cost. They do $7, and I'll show you why in a second. So the tripwire is a very, very, very low cost, no-brainer offer to turn prospects into buyers. So if 20% of these people took us up on our tripwire offer of $7, that puts us at 2,000 people. So 8,000 said no, and this is not Mets, by the way. These are complete strangers who don't know who you are and you don't have goodwill with them yet. So these are very conservative numbers. So those 2,000 people that paid you $7, and here's where the magic happens. That's $14,000 in revenue, which covers the cost of your database building. So that's why the tripwire is supposed to net out your marketing budget, so you have an unlimited marketing budget. And then everything after this $7 is 100% pure profit. So this is a game changer, and they said that they've doubled sales because they only now make offers to buyers. They do not make offers to prospects until they've actually gone through this line. So they do all their webinars for $7 now. So it's a lot easier. They said registrations have gone down by 40%, but show-up rates have doubled and sales have doubled. So anyway, this tripwire is very, very, very important. The next is, so this $7 tripwire could be, the Great Retrace webinar. It could be some additional training, but really it's something to turn that prospect into a buyer where they're going to get tons and tons and tons of value. The next level they have on theirs, because they're information marketers, and I guess this is no different, is the 97. And out of those 2,000, campaign correctly. And by campaigning, all I really mean is, hey, you opted in for the lead magnet. That's what they call this. You opted in for the free communication plan. You opted in for the free whatever. It's being dropped in your email box. Oh, by the way, if you like that, you might like this. And then on the webinars, like, hey, if you like this training, and if you like that, you might like this. So it's just really going back and forth saying, if you like that, you might like this. So the 97, 20% is 400 people take you up on your 97. This could be all your boost materials in a package. And then those materials could be taken one out as a lead magnet, so on and so forth. This is just an example, by the way. So 400 people at $100 is 40,000. Okay, so after the tripwire, we have another offer, and then the next level is $497 or 3 payments at $197. So let's just forget the 3 payments. $497. 20% of these people take you up on that. That's 80 people at 500. There's another 40,000. So that's just through tons of lead magnets, $7 webinar, $97 bundle, and then your $497 boost. And then obviously these materials are included and they have access to this forever. And if they say no thanks here, we make them the downsell offer of, hey, if you can't, if you don't like the training and would like all the materials, it's $97, so on and so forth. So in each one of these, we really focus on the value proposition of making it worth at least 10 times that. And if they don't get 10 times the value, shoot us an email, we'll give you your money back. So we're guaranteeing their satisfaction 100% of the time. So if we just say 20% of these people take us up on your $500 a month group, not one-on-one, group referral coaching, and it's a 6 months deal, then each one of those people is now worth $3,000. 20% of 80, 16, so 3,000 times 16 is 48,000, and then they assume, these people after the training, if they're made an offer, let's just say you have a mastermind, program that's $1,250 a month, which is $15K a year. 20%, 4 is now 60. So through having different levels and knowing that each person, 20% will trade up to another level. Again, this is just an example. These are 10,000 not mets. This is very conservative because through effective campaigning, so if someone watches the webinar and doesn't buy, well, they're on a different campaign through Infusionsoft than the person that bought and that it's not in coaching yet, or the person that's in coaching and they're about to end, and if they are still wanting some more, well then we have another upper level group program, mastermind, whatever the case may be. So if you can get an effective tripwire working, you have an unlimited database building, everything else is profit. So with the profit here is $188,000 through just one effective campaign and funnel with multiple things to offer. So that's just an example. Being very conservative, but these all have to work together, and you have to have each and every one of these to be able to kind of maximize the opt-ins. So hopefully this was a little helpful in seeing what we see now in terms of products and programs having multiple, them all working together and congruent. Last thing I'll show you real quick is just real quick. So now that we know tripwire and lead magnet and core offer, profit maximizer type stuff, then it comes down to a funnel. It comes down to traffic, lead magnet, which is your opt-in. So we need to get people to the opt-in. Now that they opt in, is your it's a thank you. It's a tripwire. And after the tripwire, you have an order page for your core offer. So the traffic's either come through, emails, Facebook ads, fan page posts, affiliates. You get the point. That all send to the lead magnet. We're big on video, so up here is your social proof. Then you have a video here that automatically plays, obviously, that's saying, well, you don't necessarily need a video on the lead magnet, but if you did, that's where it'd go. And then obviously your opt-in, and then you can have some sales copy, down here. But basically, it has thanks them for visiting the page, tells them what's so great about what they're going to receive, or you just keep it a lead page, keep it real simple, and just make them the offer. So video here is optional. Video here is not. So on your thank you page, that's why the TY, we start leading them to a tripwire offer or another offer, which is you can either say, hey, if you like the communication plan or a free item of value about getting more referrals, why don't you set yourself or schedule the referral workshop, or buy the $7 webinar where you get unlimited free leads forever doing the Great Retrace. So these is just and then it's a buy button or register button or something like that. So if they're buying a webinar for the $7, then you just have an upsell over here of you'll have access to that webinar forever. Again, your social media plugin up there. Oh, by the way, here's all the materials of Boost, or you make an offer for Boost from this webinar, but right after the thank you page, that if they bought something for $7 and you don't need them to enter their credit card, you got to make them another offer. And then wherever they drop off, so each one of these will have their own email campaigns in Infusionsoft. Really, really, really simple, which is just logic, fear, and benefits, which just says, hey, you didn't take us up on the next offer. So we just do a 3 email series, depending on where they drop off, running through those different radio stations. So hopefully this was helpful in just seeing some things the way that we see it here in terms of effective, campaigning and kind of how stuff might work together and get them to the next step for the different levels of your economic model right here. So just wanted to shoot the video for you. Hopefully you got some value out of it. And again, this is how we're taking a look at everything that we do now. We don't want to just go out and sell one thing. We want to help people become, baseball teams, and then help them, maximize the economics of the team. All right?